Good morning. Good morning. Do I have it in the right place, Cecily? Am I good?
Hold on. How about this?
Yeah.
Yay!
I love the book cover, the whole concept. I mean, that is so awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Literally, you know what? I got a text message yesterday from a dear friend of mine who happens to be in the book. We worked together at Macon when I started my TV career. And the picture just came in with his big bald head and him standing like that. It was the most hilarious moment. I just cracked up laughing. I'm like, oh my gosh, Gene, you are so funny. But he is in the book and he's like, wow, you put the story in the book. And I'm like, yeah, I had to. It was just, yes. Yeah. Anyway, so hey, good morning, everybody. It's morning time.
It is. And welcome everyone to the Good Morning Show with Candy Bryan. My guest today is the Secily Wilson. Woo, woo. Oh, I knew that you would be bringing the energy this morning. Oh, I love it. So thank you so much, Cecily, for being my guest this morning. I want to do a few things. I'm gonna go out and share the live stream. So if you have your phone and you're on your page, let's make sure it is actually streaming live. Let's make sure that we're live and that people know we are here. This is the Good Morning Show. It's your place for faith in the morning. And I am so privileged and honored to just get up with some people. Cecily, I still get messages like, that guest that you had on, that was what I needed to hear that morning.
Wow. And yay.
It's just been really good. And just when you think you should stop, I know you've got a P word for when you continue to go and just keep going.
It's perseverance. That is the word. That is the whole essence of my book. Perseverance. That is that P word that we have to live by. When you get knocked down and you feel like you can't get back up, no, you do it afraid, you do it scared, you do it with blood running down your face, with tears and snot coming down your nose. You do it. Because I love to say, if you do not quit, you cannot be defeated. That's simple. You cannot. So get back up and persevere and push through. Like, there is so much power. I promise you, when I start thinking about it and I reread my book, as I read it, and there's another P word, I'm like, freaking hey, that's another P word. Oh, look at that. So here's the P word that I love. This one I love. Pedigree. Pedigree.
Oh, that's good.
What?
That's good.
Who's your daddy? Who is your daddy?
Right. That's right. Well, I want to give some folks some time to tune in. I want to play a piece of your TEDx Beacon Street. Shout out to TEDx Beacon Street. Thank you for this amazing platform where you strategically place.
I gotta get what is it? What word? What did you say? What?
TEDx. TED Talk. I love it.
God be the glory.
Well, I'm going to let some people know we're here, and we're going to play a piece of Cecily's TEDx talk. She is now a TEDx speaker. We love it. So take a listen, because this is the power of the P.
What happens when you unleash the power of the P?
Let me know if we got audio.
Powerful moments happen. Now, get your minds out of the gutter, because that's not the P I'm talking about. Although it is pretty powerful. But I digress. Let me tell you what I mean. Did you know the letter P actually has meaning? Yeah. It represents the number 7. Now, if you are a biblical scholar or a numerologist, then you know 7 means completion. But the letter P also represents spiritual knowledge, wisdom, independence, and family. All powerful entities by themselves. Now, I want you to ponder and project over the keywords you'll hear over the course of the next few minutes. There I was, standing side by side with Steve Harvey on Family Feud. I'm in the fast money round, and the clock is set with 25 seconds. He asked, "Are you ready? Let's do this." Okay, we surveyed 100 men. Name a part of your body that's bigger than it was at the age of 16. And I instinctively said, penis. there was an awkward silence over the studio, much like it is right now. And at the corner of my eye, with the clock still ticking,
I see the king of comedy slowly falling to
to his knees.
Who would have thought that moment, I never would have thought that moment would lead me to where I am right now. Had no idea. Here's the thing. I say, when I look at that, there was so much stuff going on behind the scenes that they didn't know about. So much. So, and what they didn't know is that I had these two little mini discs, my resume reel in my bra. I had a P-word plan. I had a plan because I had lost my job. And I thought maybe Steve Harvey would be that vessel to open up the door for me to get back in the industry. And so I had to put these things in a place where I had easy access to, right? They wouldn't let me put anything into the studio. So I'm thinking, okay, listen, a determined woman will find a way. That's what an empowered, determined woman does.
That's right.
They find a way. And I put those things, I'm like, okay, you won't let me bring them in my purse or in my hand. Okay, boom, here we go. Let's ride. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Yes, I love it. So tell us, first of all, I want to welcome some folks. We have some folks that are waking up. They're, clearing out their eyes, Secily. They're tuning in. Thank you for joining the Good Morning Show with Candy Bryan. My guest today is a best-selling author, TED Talk speaker, philanthropist, motivational, inspirational speaker, Secily Wilson.
Woo! Hello, good morning, everybody. Again, we're so glad that you joined us this morning. Yeah.
Secily, thank you for joining us to close out our first week of Women's History Month. We wanted to close out with a bang. So please tell us where you're tuning in from. We already got some thumbs up, Secily, and a laughing face. So we made someone laugh already this morning.
That's what you do first thing in the morning. You laugh.
We're talking about her book, the best-selling book.
Upside Down.
Oh. Thank you. I'm already looking at the screen. It's backwards. The best-selling book, she said the P word. So we're talking about this and the moments that led up to this and how God has blessed this and is continuing to bless you to use your voice. So some folks may know your story, Secily, but before we jump in, I would love for us to say good morning to some of the people who tune in faithfully, and then we're going to jump right in to your story of empowerment, and you all are going to leave the show this morning different than when you came in. Like church. Help me say good morning to some folks.
Hey, Cindy Fenty. I like that. Cindy Fenty. That's a rhyme. Good morning, girl. How are you?
Thanks. Her name is fancy.
Yeah, that's my girl, Brenda. Yay, Brenda. We still have to talk about my chapter in the book. Brenda, look, you and I together. There we go. Yes.
Absolutely.
Hey, Shauna. Hi. Look what the Lord has done. And I cannot give credit to anyone else, Shauna, but him. That is it.
And that's Shannon Lewis from PBA.
Shannon.
And Shannon is one of my clients. And you know her. You met her at PBA.
Yes, Shannon. Hey, beautiful.
Thank you so much for tuning in. And for all of you that are tuning in, or if you watch this on the replay, it's most important that you hit the share button now. So go ahead and hit share if you all are watching, and you can share this on your pages. Then whoever's tuning in this morning can watch us live, or they can watch us on replay. And we're going to have such a rich discussion. Secily and I have been friends for such a long time, and I just feel like it's a God connection. Like God connects us as women, right, Secily? For purpose. Woo, I'm getting there, Cess. For purpose.
Yeah.
So talk about what we have on the screen here. For those of you who just tuned in, you might have just missed this intro. And how did you get to this point? Tell us the backstory.
So the backstory. So what you're looking at right now is just the episode of Family Feud, and everyone has seen it. I promise you, it's gone viral. So it's out there. If you don't know what it is, Google Secily Wilson and Family Feud. But that was that moment in my life where I was trying to gain the attention of Steve Harvey because I thought he would help me get back into the industry because, I had just lost my job. And so he didn't know that backstory. I had a plan, the P word. So the moment I stepped on that stage, I knew I had to pull out my PP. So what is PP? Pretty privilege, right? Everybody has, all of us have pretty privilege, right? Some more than others, but you use your pretty privilege. And I'm thinking, okay, let me pull out my pretty privilege. Let me have my tapes ready for my plan, because when that moment comes, I have to execute. I have to execute because I'm only going to have a quick second. And so at that moment, the question was, name something that's larger. Now, we surveyed 100 men. Name something that's larger now than it was at the age of 16 or something like that. And I just instinctively said the body part, right? It was the first thing that came to my mind. It wasn't planned. It wasn't coerced. It was just, I said it. And I'm thinking it was a pretty darn good answer, but clearly he falls to his knees and 0 points. Like, you surveyed 100 men and nobody? Really?
They're lying. They're lying. That could not be possible.
Right. So that was that moment. But little did I know that moment would be the moment that led to the title of this book, She Said the P Word, because I promise you, if I had $1 for every time someone stopped and said, aren't you the one that said the P word on TV? And I'm thinking, oh, okay. But when that moment came that I decided to write the book, as I've said before, I'm thinking, what am I going to call this book? What am I going to call it? And Candy, in the TV industry, you've got to shock them in the very beginning, grab them at the top and reel them into the story, right? So what other way to grab them at the top than a provocative title? And look, okay, P word, all I see is her lips. What's she talking about, Willis?
Right.
The book. It's not anything of what you think, but more of the power, the purpose, the passion, the perseverance, and even the pain. We can't discount the pain that we go through, because if we don't shift our perspective, that pain paralyzes us and we stay stuck right here, not able to move because we're stuck in our feelings instead of moving and walking into our purpose, right? So and that's what this is all about.
And speaking of purpose, we're watching now on stage at your TED Talk.
My TED Talk.
Welcome, everyone, to the Good Morning Show. We are now fast forwarding. We're in the part of the story. I feel like we're telling a story this morning where you are now using your voice when actually you talk about in the book that you didn't have a voice at one point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of us know the story, but tell us, for those of us who don't.
For those who don't know, and as I said, I've been very transparent and vocal about this. 2004 is when I experienced my first stroke on air. And I don't, you know what, I'm not going to say my stroke because I'm not going to own that. I experienced a stroke, right? There's a difference. You don't want to own something negative. So I experienced a stroke. And 10 years later, it happened again. Each time, my voice was temporarily unusable. It was slurred and unrecognizable, and I couldn't get the words out clearly, right? That's my livelihood. That's all I know how to do. And that's when you know what you have is powerful, when it's freaking being attacked like nobody's business, right? Like, what? Wait a minute. First time it happened, and then the second time it happened, I'm like, okay, Lord, whatever you need me to do with this, the answer is yes and amen. That's it. That's it. So I know Satan doesn't like it because I got a big mouth and I'm going to talk and I'm going to use it. Yes, his glory.
Yeah. So, and it's a miracle, right? That you're sitting here, you're a walking miracle. You're up there now using your voice, what we know the enemy has tried to steal. Yet you're even able to laugh right now in the face of the adversity that you walk through. We have some folks that will be watching this video, Secily, somewhere later on. It'll end up on someone's feed, and they'll be in that place where they're about to quit, where they feel defeated, and they don't want to persevere.
Yeah, no.
Or it's getting tough. Like pursuing purpose people might think it's easy. It is not. God didn't say it was going to be a cakewalk. He never said it was going to be easy. He said it'll go before you. He said it'll make your way straight. But he didn't say it wasn't going to be without trials. So talk to that person this morning that might be feeling that discouragement. What did you do?
Yeah. Again, prayer was the biggest thing. And again, it is not easy. I'm still getting up. So let's not be confused by what everyone is seeing right now. There's a lot that the Lord is blessing me with. This is, I believe, is my season. And even if it isn't, I'm going to keep walking until I get to that place where he says, Sess, this is it. This is it. Because I don't know when this is, it is. I don't know. But if I don't quit, I said that earlier, if you don't quit, you cannot be defeated. So I'm going to keep, okay, you knocked me down. Okay, you knocked me down. All right. I'm a little weak. I'm a little shaky. You know, I got some blood here. I got some bruises. I've got some scratches and scars and cuts. But I'm still here because if I'm not breathing, I still got to fight. I got to fight. I can still get up and do what I want to do, even if it's not as fast, as smooth, as pretty. No, but I'm still here. And that's what I tell my sisters. Get up, girl. Get up. Wipe away those tears. Big girl panties on. Doing it afraid. Doing it when you're scared. And fall into fabulous. And fabulous is less of this. It's the decision to do something different. It didn't work. Right. So keep going around that mountain, around that girl. Come on.
Let me tell you.
Take a chance.
You've got people in here that are now using P alliteration. So we've got Shannon. She says, powerful perspective. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cindy Fenty says, keep
pushing. That's it, Cindy. Keep pushing. That's right. Yeah.
So I'm going to throw it out there this morning. What is your P word? We're talking to Secily Wilson. She's a best-selling author of She Said the P Word. I have one paragraph that I'd like to read. It's not a whole paragraph, just a couple sentences from the introduction of your book. Even the introduction is P word powerful. It was a tough road, but I was determined to regain my broadcast quality voice. In spite of what I couldn't do, the one thing that was certain is that I couldn't give up. Woo! Here we go. Y'all ready? I pushed and pushed, doing everything I could to restore my voice. I made the Lord a promise. If you would please give me my voice back, I promise to be intentional with everything I say and everything I do. I promise I won't let you down. Talk to us about that. You said, just give me my voice back.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize.
I get excited because I know that, excuse me.
Yeah.
I told him that he can trust me.
Yes.
I told him he can trust me. And he made promises to us, right?
Right.
And he clearly said, try me at my word.
Mm-hmm.
Try me, right? So if he says, try me, let me show you what I can do because I'm going to keep my promise.
Right.
I'm telling him, Lord, you've kept your promises to me. Try me.
Yeah.
Secily. And I won't let you down. Trust me. And he knows when you have an anointing and that he knows a gift that he's given to you, he wants to see, are you going to do what you say? You said you're going to do? Right. Because I gave you something that I can easily take it away.
Yeah.
I've mastered the failure. I've mastered that. I've mastered the disappointments. I've mastered the adversity. So the strength is getting back up and doing it. Yeah. That's when you're getting back up. Now you can empower someone else and say, all right, come on, girl, come on.
Yeah.
And you got this. We're going to do this together. That is the power of a posse. because it's not like, oh, I pulled myself up by my bootstraps. Yeah, I got this.
Right.
No, the lies you tell yourself. And so I think when we're in the middle of this Women's History Month, if you go back and look at every badass woman, I'm sorry, morning show, but every bad A woman who is being honored and recognized for making history, not one of them is going to tell you it was freaking easy at all. They had disappointments, they had failures, they had setbacks, they had heartbreaks. Yes, but guess what? The reason why we're celebrating them while they have an entire month dedicated to women who look like us is because they got back up, they didn't quit, so they were not defeated. That is the reason why we're celebrating this morning.
Cindy Fenty gets it. She said it wasn't easy, not even for Jesus.
No.
He couldn't spare his own son. There's something about adversity that makes us. And I love what you said about us reaching back and pulling someone else along. I'll share my brief testimony. So I had a friend from high school. So we've known each other since we were 13, 14. Shout out to Melissa. She tunes in or watches the rebroadcast. And my friend Melissa and we kept in touch all these years from high school, Cecily. And about 2 years before I got diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer, she was going through her own breast cancer journey. And I really didn't know how to be there for her. I hadn't gone through it yet. I was there. I took flowers. I was there to pray and talk. But fast forward 2 years later, when I picked up the phone to say, I need your help. I don't know what to do. I just got diagnosed. She's like, okay, here's what you do. This is the doctor you see. This is what you want to get. These are the things you need to pick up. Hey, I will be there when you go to your treatment. This is what you need for treatment. When I think about it, how could she do that if she hadn't walked through it already?
No. And to that point, Candy, my foreword was written by Dr. Reva Thames. And Dr. Reva Thames is not only my pastor, but she's my friend. And ironically, when her life fell apart, very publicly, much more than mine, I'm going to her in the middle of my marriage falling apart. Little did I know that she was going through the same thing, but I didn't know it. But what did she do? She kept telling me, Cecily, keep praying. Don't give up. Keep praying for your marriage. Keep praying for your husband. Keep going. Don't give up. She showed me because she was in the middle of it.
Yeah.
In the middle. But she said that was my responsibility to help you, Cecily. And I, to this day, love her dearly because she showed me how to walk in grace under fire. Under fire. Like the darts are like coming at you. Right? Come on. No one else can help you through something like that other than someone who has been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt. That's it. And that is who she is to me, just like Melissa is to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if they'll ever know just how much it meant to us that they could speak from the voice of experience and the wisdom that they gained, because it's my belief that when the Lord takes us through something, and I want you guys to hear this, when he takes you through something, he's equipping you with wisdom. There's a proverb, I think it's the very first book of Proverbs, that talks about wisdom is the principal thing.
Oh my gosh. I just wrote that last.
I was going to say, you probably just said it or wrote it or something.
Yes. Wisdom is the principal thing. Yes. Oh my gosh. And that is what you get. That's what you get when you go through something. You get wise counsel. You get understanding. You get that wisdom to make solid decisions, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That doesn't come with just, I'm reading a book and this is what I learned. No, you've got to go through that stuff.
You do.
Smelly, stinky, all of that. You have to go through it. And when you come out smelling like a rose and like that you've not gone through the fire, you don't give anybody praise and glory but him. And that's all I do.
Hey, Ebeth, good morning.
Hi, Ebeth, that's my girl. Hi, baby. How are you?
You said, I remember her from Channel 6, two of my favorite women.
That's right. And so Ebeth, Ebeth has her own backstory. I remember her sharing her backstory with me. And she too was one of those women. Her mother was a woman who didn't freaking give up. So when you know you've got a mother that way, you train your daughters the same way. So they already know there are no excuses. No excuses. We know it's going to be hard. Now look at Ebeth. She is living her dream and literally making that message allowable for everybody else. So Ebeth, I love you, baby. Thank you so much.
Oh, so good to see you on this morning. Thanks, Ebeth. Shannon says, hashtag Grace Under Fire. That is a good hashtag.
Ooh, I like that.
That's a good hashtag.
Yes. We are walking billboards. That's it. And I mean, here we are celebrating, Women's History Month. I just want to take a quick backup of the women just in the last few months.
Yeah.
Stacey Plaskett, the congresswoman, right? Yeah. Who went through and literally laid out an expertly delivered case, right? She did that under fire, right?
That's right.
Stacey Abrams, who delivered Georgia to the Democratic Party, right? That wasn't easy. Guess what? Let's take Stacey for example. They took something from her, that governorship, right? But how do you show up? This is the thing. How do you turn back around and say, it's okay, I got this?
Yes.
Right? That's success of all of that. When you look at something that that you worked so hard for and someone freaking takes it from you, come on. And then turn around and show up. My mother would always tell me the best revenge is success.
Yes.
Don't waste your time and energy trying to get somebody back tit for tat. No, just show up. And I was listening to Lisa Nichols yesterday at a conference with the United Way. And I love what she said. She says, your responsibility is not to worry about if they don't like your shine.
Yeah.
You show up and shine. That's what you do. You just show up and shine. Walk in all that God has already given you. And everything else is irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Ooh. Somebody needs this morning. I'm telling you, if you're watching, hit the share button. That is the best thing you can do to help us not only empower others, but this is going to keep going. The thing I love about social media and streaming is that it'll show up on someone else's feed and they'll go hit share. Oh yeah, you know what? I'm going to share this with a friend because I know someone who's going through this. And that is what we're here for. And so fast forward, we are going to talk a little bit about today and you walking in your purpose and you being able to now use your voice. And I hope we can give away a prize or two. We're going to put something out there. So we want people to also check out and connect on your website. But talk a little bit about the journey to this time of speaking, using your voice at unlimited capacity. What's going on now?
Well, the last chapter in the book, I believe it's the last chapter, I wrote about, I'm still in a place of lack, still in that place, but I'm still showing up, right? Because how are you going to show up? Because people are always watching you. Are they seeing the whining and the moaning and the groaning, or are they seeing you showing up even in the midst, blooming where you're planted, right? So in the book, I wrote about not having what I thought was insignificant. I'm like, Lord, I'm writing this book. I feel like the widow with the pot of oil. I have nothing else left as I stand in my 1-bedroom apartment, garage apartment. It's a big difference, right? From what I'm used to, but I'm blooming where I'm planted. And that's what you do. You got to keep going through the process. It's a part of the process. How are you going to show up? And so with this book, I wrote at the end, I'm like, Lord, I need you to multiply it like you did for the widow woman. You said that take that oil, whatever you have left, because she thought all she had was that little pot of oil, which was insignificant and invaluable. What am I going to do with this? This is it. He's like, okay, go fill the pots. And before she knew it, she had enough to live for generations after generations after generations. And so what I've seen my daddy do just from August, when the book was released, just this past August to now, best-selling author. Right out the gate, it debuted as a bestseller on Amazon, right? And 4 different categories. A billboard in Winter Park, right on the main strip, right? A TED Talk, right? A 4-city tour powered by Ford Motor Company. What?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. I mean, it's not because of anything that I did, but because God said, okay, you want me to multiply? Okay, well, you think that that's not enough? I'm grateful for what he's already done. So when I use my words to empower some other sister, don't worry about if you're not in your big gated community house. Been there, done that. It ain't that cute anyway. Okay.
Right.
And be grateful what you have right now, right? So I'm grateful because I was staying with girlfriends. Like, you know that. I didn't have a place to call my own up until last year in February. Last month, right? I moved into this garage apartment. And I don't say, oh no, this is so pity party. No, it's not that. But I'm taking advantage of what God is speaking to me when I have a moment. Because when I'm in this apartment by myself, he's talking to me. He's giving me a plan. He's giving me a strategy. He's telling me what to do so that I can stay focused and not get off my mark. Because we want to have this pity party. Oh, it's not happening when I want. Oh, I'm tired of being sick. You want to stop and just throw in the towel. But he says, you're not there yet. You're not there yet. So keep going. And it would be so sad if we got right to the finish line. And it didn't look the way that we wanted to do. And you're like, freaking hey, I'm tired. I quit. I can't. And you just turn around and he says, Boo, you were right there. All you had to do is take one more step. You were right there. How sad would that be? So I'm not going to quit, even though I'm not where I think I need to be or where I want to be. I'm going to keep going because I'm one step closer. I'm one step closer. Let me say this again. Let me say this. You're one step closer to where you are supposed to be. Where you are right now is where you're supposed to be, but you're one step closer to where God is taking you. You just got to keep walking. You just got to keep walking. I don't know where I'm going. Keep walking. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Keep walking. Keep walking. That's what he says, right? So I'm sorry. I'm going to keep talking because listen, I get excited when I think of it. Now, so don't get caught up in all this other stuff. Y'all see all of that? That's great. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. But that is just the beginning because he said, eyes have not seen and ears have not heard what he has for Cecily. What? Yes,
that part. So here's the thing. And I know you put this video out there the other day, and there's going to be people that are not for us. There's going to be people that are not for you. And there's going to be people that are for you, right? So this is Women's History Month. And I love everything you just said because it leads me to this last piece where we are supporting each other. And you can always come on this show and dance and shout and preach, Cecily. We are that platform. But I will tell you that there is nothing like finding that posse, finding that group of people who will come alongside and stay alongside you. Take a moment to shout out some ladies in your posse, Cecily, that you couldn't do without.
No, listen, we don't have all day here. First of all, let's start with you, Candy. We've got Brenda, who's on this call right here, right? We've got Reva, I've told you, Dana Rosser. We've got Tammy Daigle, Lynn Vaughn. I mean, the Cornelia Yoon. There's been such a posse of individuals. Janet Schwartz. Oh my gosh. Oh, my mother and my sisters. I mean, there's a posse, and I'm not forgetting anybody, but there's so many people, and I write many of them in this book because you'll see their stories. Tammy Daigle, like they're right here with me, breathing life into me when it was slowly draining from my body. Slowly draining from my body. Judy Isaacson, who pushed me over to the edge. Leslie Andrews, my girl up in Cincinnati, and where she's the D-town, Detroit. Marilyn Davis. All of these women have been in my circle for me, for my children. And the posse isn't just women. Let me be very, very clear. There are men there that want nothing else from you but only for you to succeed.
Yes.
Don't get it twisted that, oh, men, that they just want, they want the punani. No, that other P word, they really want you to prosper and succeed. So I have a group of men that are also in my circle that have been supporting me and pushing me and praying for me and saying, okay, we got you, girl. You're not going to fall. Come on, keep it moving. Keep it moving. So it is imperative for you to have a posse, those who will hold you accountable and not let you, get away with your foolishness. Now, here's the deal. This is what I love. Not every posse member is equal, right?
Right.
Posse members have different roles. So you've got a posse member that you go to pray through something. You've got that one. Then you've got that posse member who is really good in business and strategy and very right there. Then you got that posse member that when you really want to go and bash the windows out somebody's car because you're that freaking mad, they're like, let's go. But then you got to get to the other posse member. They're like, girl, get off the ledge. Right? So not every posse member is equal, but every posse member is equal to your success and your prosperity. Right? So that's what I say.
Wow. You know what? And you're right. You do need that balance of posse of friends because
we all have them. I know, Candy, you've got that posse member that, listen, if you say, let's go key his car, she's right there with you. Are you gonna lie to me? You say yes, you don't.
Yes.
You don't say that? Yes, you do. Right?
That's right. And then you have
that one in moderation. We got to use her in moderation.
Oh man, I'm telling you, and each one has that very specific supporting role. Yeah. And so we're going to ask all of you to do something. If you're tuning in this morning, we want you to do two things, two call to action. First of all, hit share, and let this encouragement this morning go out and bless someone else. And then two, I already put the website on the screen. So you can do two things on Cecily's website. You can go to thececilywilson.com and you can order a copy of the book to bless someone else. Yeah. You can order one for yourself, but get one for a friend, because every time I turn the page and hear Cecily, I'm like, ooh, okay, I can go on, or I'll get a laugh, or I'll get an encouragement or tears, whatever the moment is that I need, it comes out of here. It is so good. It is such a good book. So I'm going to ask you all to go out, thececilywilson.com, and purchase. They can purchase on Amazon too, right?
They can purchase on Amazon, but if you purchase through my website, then I get to sign it and send it to you. Otherwise, you just get the book. But either way, I love your support. So yes, thank you. And awesome. Let's not forget, I'm trying to get my Instagram followers up. So I need you to go in and like my Instagram page at The Secily Wilson. So if you can do that as well, that would be amazing.
I'm actually putting it on the screen as we speak. So tell us about booking. The booking you for engagements, for organizations. Some people just don't know, and sometimes we have to share it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So literally, I've been speaking all my life, and that is what I do. So now I have reinvented Secily, because sometimes we have to, reinvent ourselves when things don't go the way that we are planning it to go. And so using my voice to empower and inspire and transform the lives of other women, because that story. So if you are looking for that dynamic speaker, that host, that keynote, that motivation that you need just to keep it moving with your company, your sorority, your church ladies, whomever that is, keep Secily Wilson at the top of your mind and call me, book me. I'll be there to deliver, and you will not definitely be disappointed.
And speaking of that, you have some upcoming speaking engagements. So talk to us a little bit about the next event.
Yeah, so the next event, I'm actually hosting the City of Orlando's Women in Motion. It's a premiere of the movie of Nichelle Nichols. Now, you may remember she was Lieutenant Uhura in Star Trek. Yeah. And all of the other amazing women, the doors that she opened for minorities and women in NASA. So we're highlighting women in motion in the STEM field. And I am the MC for the afternoon and evening. So it's a free event. It's taking place March 11th, right here in Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center on the lawn. And we want you to be there and see and celebrate some of the women. Mae Jameson, Bill Nelson will be there. Some of the astronauts that have benefited benefited from the works of this Black girl magic that she started out as an actress, but she turned into an advocate. So the plan was to be, on Broadway,
Right.
but that shift happened. And
Right.
now she changed the trajectory of women in space. That's what you do. So I want you guys to join me there, March 11th. That's good right there. There's food vendors. I'll be there with my books and my merch, all of that stuff there. And we'll have a good time. It'll be a great free event, socially distanced, safe. You have your own little pod, 4 people in your own little pod. So you bring your family and it's free. When I tell you, it's free. So come this time.
Oh, it's going to be so good to see you there and bringing the energy. That's what you do when you speak. So I would really encourage all of you to not only go to the SecilyWilson.com and pick up a copy, get one for a friend who really needs that encouragement in the season of their life. But what happens if someone books you? So we're going to close out with this and hit the share button right now, because someone else who watches it may get in on the prize. We want folks to book with you. And so how can they connect? And then what might they win?
All right. So they can connect with me on thececilywilson.com and go to my Book Me tab on the website right there and book me. And I will say, let's do this. We can do a posse package. So that posse package would include an autographed copy of the book. Yay. Let's do a t-shirt, a P Posse t-shirt with your own hashtag P word on the back. And we'll throw in our, we've got to throw in my Wow Corksicle.
Yes.
Right? Because WOW is my nonprofit. This is my way of giving back to women who have gone through all sorts of life adversity. So WOW is an acronym for Women Overcoming with Willpower. And so now we are 9 years old. And so it's my way of giving back. And so it's just a cycle of empowerment through philanthropic efforts, but also just through the help of the community as well. So let's throw in that. That'll be our prize package. That'll get you started with that. So
I love it. So go to Secili's website. It's right there on the screen.
And you got to book me. You got to book me for the event.
So, and that, people don't think, like, we're thinking outside of the box here. So if you have a women's event coming up, if you have a faith-based event coming up, or even a chamber, we might have some of the chamber around the city tuning in, whatever event that you have, and you need that voice of empowerment and inspiration. As you can see, Secily is now a TEDx speaker, and you don't just get those things. You have to earn that right to get on that stage with Beacon Street. But definitely there's a prize, another P word. If you book with Secily, you'll get the posse pack. And I think that's absolutely brilliant. Secily, we celebrate you. Celebrate you. We're so excited about this next season.
Yeah.
Everyone, we're going to be living in Cecily's smile from now on, right?
Good.
It says, can you take a photo? I don't know if you can take a photo.
Yes, I can. Okay, hold on. Keep talking while we're taking that photo here. Okay, here we go.
I love this, right? And then you got the Good Morning Show there. So,
yeah. Yay!
I love it. And you can come back and talk about WOW anytime. I think that's a whole amazing.
I would love that, because you know what? We're starting our new programming year in August. And so we are actively now accepting participants into the program. It's a 6-month program. And we take you through these courses, life skills that, we probably already know, but we just sometimes do a little refresher course. We've got to just go through it again, just to re-energize our motivation and get going again. And so we're excited about this year. We had to pivot a little bit last year and do everything online. And I think we'll still have some semblance of that as well this year, because we're not completely out of that ultimate P word, pandemic. But we are going to do what we can to continue moving, because we know our women need us. We need it. They need us.
Absolutely. Well, you started the month off with us. I think we should come back on and have WOW close out the month. And maybe we can even have a little bit of a testimonial from someone who's gone through the program.
Yeah, we can absolutely do that. I would love that. That would be amazing. So
that would be awesome. All right. Well, Cecily's got a lot of things to get to today. So thank you so much for coming to spend some time with us. go to thececilywilson.com. Don't forget, there's a posse pack prize. And woo, the alliteration is crazy this morning.
Fast 3 times, right?
Cecily, until next time, until the end of the month, we want to wish you the best with all of your engagements. And we just pray that God would continue to increase you more and more.
Keep that.
All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning into the Good Morning Show. Please hit the share button now. If you haven't been to candybryan.com, go visit today. Until Monday, see you at 7:45 a.m.